Inmate number 42501-509. That is none other than Josh Duggar. Today we're going to take a look at his most recent commissary purchase. This is what he purchased, and at the end I will tell you his balance for his inmate account for using to purchase commissary items, or to use the phone or the closed caption video system where he can actually talk to his kids and his wife via a little tablet that is actually fixed to a podium. He can't take it and walk off with it. It's on an actual podium. He has to sit down on a chair at. What did Joshua Duggar purchase on his last commissary order in January of 2025? Joshua purchased one book of stamps. Apparently, they're people he wants to write letters to. $11.60. He purchased one legal notepad. On the commissary list, it says it is $2, but he actually paid $2.25, according to the commissary list. Then he purchased one snack cracker packet. That is a soft plastic packet with crackers in it. You know, crackers like you eat. $2.85. Then he purchased one Goody trail mix packet. On the commissary list, it says it's $3.45. It's actually $4.45 today in 2025. Again, the list online only shows the 2022 prices. These are, I'm telling you, the actual prices for today in 2025. Yay. All right. Additionally, he purchased 5 meat and cheese packets. These are like the same ones you would find in your grocery store. They have like a sausage stick and a cheese stick, and they're wrapped in a package together. A snack pack, if you will. He purchased 5 of those at $1.50 a piece for $7.50 total. Then he purchased 2 tuna fish packets. They don't get tuna fish in a can, where you'd need a can opener or a pull tab to get it open, because that stuff can be made into weapons. Okay? So they don't give them anything like that. It's in a plastic, a cellophane package like you would find in a supermarket on your shelf as well. But he purchased 2 tuna fish packets, $1.45 for $2.90. Then he purchased 2 Super C drink mix packets at $1.30 for $2.60. Then he purchased 10 beef ramen noodles at 40 cents a piece times 10 for $4 in total. Then he purchased 1 bowl with lid. On the commissary list, it says that bowl with lid is $2.30 back in 2022. It is now $3.30. It's gone up a whole dollar in 2 years plus. Then he purchased 3 pairs of ankle socks at $1.95. 3 pairs equals $5.85. He purchased 1 item that was out of stock. It does not say, it just says cannot fill, out of stock. You might be wondering, what is his inmate balance after he made that actual purchase? His commissary budget that is still remaining in his account after the January purchase is $71.64. After the last commissary one that I did, a lot of people asked me, can these inmates and these different institutions purchase electronic items? And the answer to that is yes, and also no at the same exact time. And why is it? It all depends upon their housing situation. Are they in the hole? If they're in the hole, solitary confinement, no, you don't get anything in solitary confinement. You don't get electronics, you don't get commissary, you don't get anything. You get, if you're lucky if you get a mattress and a cotton blanket to sleep with. And that's it. No pillow, no books, nothing. If you're in, again, solitary confinement. If you're in a protective housing unit, you may be restricted on what type of items you can actually purchase from the commissary itself. You might be able to purchase food, magazines, and books that are on an approved list, but you will not have necessarily the total run of everything that is on the commissary list. Let me explain to you about prison electronics. There is an entire industry out there of electronics that are made just for the state and for the federal government, and when it comes to electronic items. Let's take televisions, for instance. They look just like the small, cheap electronic TV that you would see at Walmart. The only difference is they are made out of a clear plastic. They're see-through, and you cannot take them apart with taking out screws. There are no screws. They are plastic welded together, so you cannot take them apart ever and hide things inside of the actual TV itself. The same thing goes for Walkman, MP3 players, anything else electronic that may be allowed, alarm clocks, whatever. But at Seagoville Penitentiary, where Josh Duggar is being housed, they are allowed these following electronic items in their dormitory, and if they are in an actual cell, maybe by themselves or with another inmate. But they have the following. Again, these are clear plastic, and they have different items that they can purchase, and these are what they can purchase itself. They can purchase what's called a C-Gen radio. That's $58.50 for a cheap radio that you can use. It's like a Walkman. Then they have just a plain Jane radio. It's not an MP3 player. It has no other features, no balance, nothing else. And it's got one little rolling button for on, off, volume, up and down. That's it. It's just a cheap little thing. That's $12.50. Then they have MP3 players for $88.40. And songs to download to it, they own them. You don't get to leave, go home with them. You can take the actual MP3 player and ship it home just before you're released, but you must remove the songs from it because they own those songs. But you can get the songs for anywhere from $1.45 to $7.10 per song. And then they charge you 85 cents for a bubble mailer that is made specifically with a little plastic cardboard thing that goes inside of it for the MP3 player to mail it home. 85 cents. That's not counting the postage you have to pay. That's just the container to mail it in, because they won't let you mail it home in like a regular ass envelope. Then they have alarm clocks. $6.10 for an alarm clock that plugs into the wall. Skull Candy earbuds. $10.40. Sony headphones that really suck according to inmates who have had to use them before, but they're better than the Skull Candy. Those are $22.75. Then they have wristwatches and combo locks and other things that they do sell on the commissary underneath electronics. Again, you will see the PDF file here at the end. You can look at the list. Now again, keep in mind, these are the 2022 prices. The 2025 prices only show up if you get a copy of the actual commissary from today in 2025. So again, this will get, the PDF gives you an idea of what the hell the costs are for the items. All right? So, hope you enjoyed it, and you have a terrific week ahead.